And once again, I will not be reading chat during this either. Alright, we're on the draw. His hand doesn't do a lot, but it's got a turn 2 Sculptor of Winter, and that's something. Playing against Esper, presumably. I wish I was playing Grixis. Cry. I think I'd probably rather play the Sculptor of Winter than the pack leader on the odd chance I hit a 4-drop next turn. But just gets Roy Disruption, so it doesn't matter either way. Sure, I believe that. Land drop Celestis, sure. A little painful to immediately hit the match. That was the reason I didn't want to play mono green, but what you gonna do? What you got, opponent? Got nothing, huh? I would be concerned if that's the case. Gonna gain some life, filter some cards. I've got no clue what kind of board wipes they may or may not have. Well, Faceless Haven is a magic card, I suppose. Wee bit of flooding. Do I go with the Ranger class and level up to level 2? Or do I just try to play more to the board? Both are kind of bad in their own unique ways, but I think we're going to go with the Ranger class for now. And then depending on what happens to this, I can decide whether I want to try to uptick Ranger class or play Werewolf pack leader. I think what I'm supposed to try to do is play around 1-for-1 removal spells. Yeah. Alright, well, slightly rewarded for that. Can I cast Blizzard Brawl if the opponent doesn't have a creature? No. No, I cannot. Alright, would be polite if the opponent were to play a Lair so that I could use my Blizzard Brawl and therefore draw a card with pack Lair. Where do I put counters with Ranger class? Putting it on the token makes it weaker to Vanishing Verse, but better against... no. Weaker to Fading Hope, but better against Vanishing Verse. Key to the Archives. Not fantastic. For me, specifically, that is. So we are on plan. Hope the opponent doesn't have a board wipe. No other plan seems viable. Okay. Well, Lightning Bolt's not that bad for me. Grizzled Huntmaster, I don't terribly mind. Lets me turn Kazandu Mammoth into a 4-drop. Which I think is what I'm supposed to do. Or am I just supposed to play Kazandu Mammoth because it does 5 damage? I think I'm supposed to turn Kazandu Mammoth into a 4-drop. Too bad I can't get rid of these Blizzard Brawls. That would be the real ideal. Oh, no, I can turn it into 6-drop. Vorinclex? Oh, no, I'm super supposed to turn it into Sawblade Slinger, right? And destroy the key to the archive? Given that the opponent has Memory Deluge, that seems like a good idea. That's not a lot of damage, though. Vorinclex is at least a lot of damage. I don't know, I might be supposed to grab the Vorinclex. I'm gonna have the counters from Ranger class. That's a lot of damage. If I was getting 2 cards, I'd probably prefer the Slinger, but Vorinclex is where I'm supposed to be at. I don't know. I don't feel like I can really win this either way. I'm relying a lot on Ranger class level 3 getting me there. Maybe I'm supposed to blow up Key to the Archive then, because that gives me more time to leverage Ranger class, but I don't know if I'm beating Memory Deluge either way, honestly. Four mana, 5 mana, Lair, sure. Hopefully Lair plus Lightning Bolt now. Much worse for me if Lightning Bolt wait. Opponent Lightning Bolt wait. Yeah, that's annoying. So I attack with both Ranger class onto Wolf token. It's going to be kind of telling that I don't animate Faceless Haven. I guess not really, because I only have 1 Ranger class and I can't attack with 2 3/3s. I guess the opponent could just choose to take all this and not use a Lightning Bolt to save life. I just have to hope they don't do that. So that I can Blizzard Brawl this Lair. Jeez. Okay. Well, I need them to Lightning Bolt the Huntmaster. Oh, that's still not even good enough because now they have 2 Fading Hopes. Yeah, okay, I just can't win. Yuck. Yeah, because I could fire up Faceless Haven and Blizzard Brawl here, but that's not good enough. Whew. Alright, somehow this Ranger class that's probably going to get hit by Divide by 0 needs to win this game. That seems really hard to do. Opponent has 2 removal spells I have to fight through, unknown amount of cards in hand that are relevant. Yeah, not really going to happen. And I haven't even gotten Vanishing Versed yet. And that's the part of this all that hurts. Wish I had a red-green deck that I could have registered. Cool. More lands. Yowzers. Okay, how do we play this? Gonna just have to play Vorinclex. I need to force the opponent to use their mana. Opponent has access to 4, 6, 7, so any mana spent... No, wait, they can just cast a 4-mana deluge. Shoot. If they get the timing wrong on the way they do this and let me get 2 counters on Tenacious Pup, I can potentially force them to use 2 counter spells and therefore not have to Memory Deluge. But they need to mess up for that to happen. Which is a stretch. So if I attack with both, Ranger class trigger on Tenacious Pup, they just bounce the Vorinclex in response. No. I can't give an opening for them to mess up that doesn't involve losing my Tenacious Pup, which I can't really accept. Alright, they divide by 0, sure. Teachings doesn't seem great. Is their plan not to cast Memory Deluge then? Okay, Teachings wasn't really great. It's not like I'm super likely to ever have cards in hand, but... Okay, they did use the Divide by 0 on Vorinclex instead of the Fading Hope, so... I do now have an active Ranger class. Never mind. No active Ranger class. Opponent found a Vanishing Verse. Okay, yeah. We were willing to concede that in the interest of time, because I actually don't have a ton of that. Yeah, Vanishing Verse is the reason that we would definitely prefer to have access to... whatchamacallit. All of the monocolored green-red creatures instead of the mono-green things that we do have. I have so many bad cards and nothing to bring in, eh? We're playing against Pascal Maynard. Oh, that makes the need opponent to misplay line kind of hard, huh? Okay, I assume I'm probably supposed to do choose your weapon. Archery doesn't do anything, and 2-weapon fighting is also useless against Esper. Oh, I wish I could have played Grixis. The removal spells aren't based on damage, so Inscription of Abundance isn't excellent. I think I board in Masked Vandal. I'm sort of tempted to just board in Sawblade Slinger. I don't know how often that's going to be the correct get with Grizzled Huntmaster. Probably often enough, I guess. Okay, I guess Blizzard Brawl is the best I can do, and just hope not to draw it. But it does have some use case. So it's better than decreasing my options with Grizzled Huntmaster. We have 4 minutes until the next round. Eee. Tricky, tricky, tricky. We'll take the play. No 2-drop. Okay. This is a worse hand than we had last game, but I don't want a mulligan. I'm prepared to just get Vanishing Verse into Oblivion. The awkward thing about the 2-drop Changeling is that I'm not even going to actually have that many creatures in the graveyard. Like, every removal spell they have doesn't kill a creature. I want to cast Lupine Harbinger on turn 4, so I don't think that I'm foretelling it, because Making a big 6-drop is not a good thing in this matchup. Tap land. Cool. Oh, Snakeskin Veil. Alright. Well, I don't actually have a way to curve out and do that, but... Okay. Maybe in a world where we don't get Vanishing Verse twice. Oh, our opponent has a bounce spell. How do I handle my opponent having a bounce spell? I could just do nothing, but that's really bad. I'm just supposed to play Old Growth Troll, waste the Tenacious Pup trigger, and get the Vanishing Verse out of their hands so that I can Lupine Harbinger later. Or get the Fading Hope out of their hands so I can Lupine Harbinger later. Alternatively, I can deny them the ability to use their mana this turn, wait on Old Growth Troll until the next turn, and Old Growth Troll with Snakeskin Veil back up at that point. I dislike pretty much everything about this, but I think I have to play spells. There is a universe in which this is only a bluff, but it is not this universe. Would have been a lot nicer to have a 2-drop that turn that I could have held up with Snakeskin Veil, but I suppose that was impossible because I would have played a 2-drop on turn 2. And we drew the Snakeskin Veil for the turn. More Snakeskin Veils. Alright, that's actually kind of decent. I think I'm just playing Old Growth Troll with Snakeskin Veil then. I'm prepared to get divided by 0. Hey, resolution. Alright, that's something. It's a very tiny something, but it's something. 2 Snakeskin Veils has a chance. 1 Snakeskin Veil. Thank you, opponent, for giving me a chance to use my mana. Key to the archive. Oh no. Weirdly, I think I want an untap land here quite badly, because just jamming Lupine Harbinger does not sound like a winning line unless I have Snakeskin Veil up. But if I do have Snakeskin Veil up, and I successfully dodge a board wipe, which is asking a lot, Duress. That's kind of interesting. I guess it does hit Snakeskin Veil. I've never considered that. Huh. Alright, so if I jam Harbinger, I lose to a board wipe, but I also lose...
Round timer ended.
I don't have enough time. Alright, we're playing Sculptor then. I think this gives me slightly better odds if they board wipe me. And holds up Snakeskin Veil. Plus, if they have Wrath of God, I can just make an Old Growth Troll as a 4/4 here, and then follow up Lupine Harbinger. It's not the end of the world. Okay, Regrowth on Vanishing Verse. I do get to Snakeskin Veil that. If they divide by 0, the Old Growth Troll,
received.
I still have a board. No! Okay. One more match still happening in the other tournament. Alright. What do you got for me, opponent? How much of a chance do I have? We go into game 3? Alright. the Key to the Archive card already, so there's no board wipe here.
Announcement received.
Sculptor of Winter is lethalish. One divide. And they get sciences to go to 4. And I can't Blizzard Brawl. Okay. Put the opponent to 1. Play Troll. Play land, because I don't have a reason not to. Okay. Wrath of God, we can handle. Teferi, maybe handle. Lair, oh, Lair might be hard. I might not be able to beat Lair. Memory Deluge I can probably beat. Alright. We got super lucky. I'll take it. I really can't play Masked Vandal, can I? It's totally useless. I put 1 creature in the graveyard in that entire game to Soul Shatter. Oh. I'm probably just supposed to board in Florahedron, actually. That makes more sense. I also probably need to cut some number of Blizzard Brawls for Inscription of Abundance. I just don't think that I'm beating Lair, and Inscription of Abundance being 2 power with haste could, like, theoretically be useful occasionally. Okay, this is a hand that dies to Vanishing Verses and Bounce Spells, which is most of my opponent's deck, but here we are. I'm pretty sure I'm nearly always supposed to lead on Sculptor of Winter. But maybe I'm just supposed to prioritize damage. I think our opponent took 1 mulligan already, because I was on the draw and kept, and now they're still making a decision. Or we're at the point where they're... No, Are we past mulligans? I don't know how the interface works here. I can't tell if they're deciding which land to play or if they're deciding whether to take a second mulligan. They are deciding what card to put back. Ah, I see. Do I want to play this Mammoth as a land? Having now drawn a 3rd land. I think I can afford not to. We'll see whether that's correct. I, in fact, could afford to. Disappointing. Alright. Sculptor gets Dry Disruption, I assume? Yes. Well, next turn I can play Pack Leader plus Mammoth as a land, I guess. Be kind of sad if this gets Dry Disruption as well. Divided by 0. Okay. Ah, teachings. The punishment for being on the draw. Although in this case my opponent also mulligans, so it would have been live anyway. Land drop key. Okie dokie. I assume I'm going Snow-Covered Forest double Pack Leader. I'm not going to get my hand size down enough that I can stop teachings, but I can try. Heck, they might even discard teachings to key here. That'd be a pretty bad sign for me if that is what happens, though. Discard D-Spark. Huh, okay. which I believe has to be what they got off key. Four minutes in round. Alright. Be a good time to draw some Snakeskin Veils. Teachings, draw 2, still have 3 mana. Yes, Teferia. Okay. That's a bunch of mana, gaining life. Okay. Painful, 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 painful. Gotta attack Teferi. Too much mana. Can't let Teferi represent downticking. I need the opponent to flood completely. Okay. I have no way to win now, right? Because they can just hold up divide by 0? Yeah. Not a way to win. Well, if I get my hand size low enough, they don't get to draw with teachings. I just don't think that's possible. Do I have some way to counterspell divide by 0? Sort of. Alright, Inscription of Abundance isn't terrible. How about you let my Ulvenwald Oddity resolve instead of dividing it on the stack? You have no reason to do that, but for me? No. Okay. Yeah, Mascot Exhibition's pretty good. I do not love that at all. How do I do this? How do I have enough mana to do anything? I probably should have just played Old Growth Troll, huh? Then when they divided it, I could have replayed it. Was that actually just a much better heads-up line? Yeah, that was. Old Growth Troll was massively better. Two mana available for the opponent. Very well. Jeez. Esper's so good against aggro. Okie dokie. Well, the Old Growth Troll. Oh, no. Not the Fading Hope. I don't need my hope to die like this. Consider, consider. It's just consider. It's just consider. It's just consider. It's just consider. Alright. Good game. We tried. I don't think that I could have salvaged that with the Old Growth Troll line on the previous turn, but it would have made a difference. Would have made a difference. Okie dokie. We will take the play. This is a hand that loses if we're playing Esper. But is good if we're not playing Esper. So I guess we're just going to try to not play Esper. I guess the bad news is I need to draw a third snow-covered mountain to make these Blizzard Brawls useful anyway. but I don't know. Do we have a hard out today? An out to what? Or do you just mean a hard day in general? Hard day in general, in the sense that not drawing super great. Not drawing badly necessarily, but not drawing great. I don't think I'm willing to foretell Lupine Harbingers on 2. Stormcarved Coast is a good sign, though. Do we need to go at a certain time? No. We're double queuing tournaments, which has meant that I have to register mono green that I didn't really want to do in day 2 of this event. I wanted to just play anti-control mirror decks. But here we are. My opponent's got Fading Hope. It doesn't really matter which card I play here. If my opponent doesn't have Fading Hope, then do I prefer to play Sculptor of Winter? Sculptor of Winter makes Snakeskin Veil into a better draw. I think I'm just supposed to play around the opponent not having anything. Ideally. Looks like they have Spikefield Hazard. Alright, just a moment. Okie dokie. We missed on the land drop, which is a problem. And the opponent probably has Divide by 0, which is a problem. Alright, opponent takes the damage. We'll continue playing Old Growth Trolls then. But yeah, so I have a time that I have to be done in the sense that there is a very limited time to play games for the Arena Open, and we are playing 2 tournaments at once. Alright, so the opponent took 4 extra damage before dividing by 0. We are slightly satisfied by that, but we are stuck with 2 Blizzard Brawls that are totally useless, and that is a tiny concern. And by tiny concern, I mean a relatively huge concern. We would prefer to be hitting some land drops and casting multiple spells on future turns. Opponent plays Expressive Iteration. Okay. Defunct 999. Thanks for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Jwari Disruption, not an actual spell. Faceless Haven, however, an actual land. Love to see it. So, what is the opponent doing that they wanted to leave 2 mana up rather than play Jwari Disruption as a land? Did they think they were going to be able to Jwari Disruption on my turn? Or do they have a Jwari Disruption in hand? If they have a Jwari Disruption in hand, then I'm pretty upset. No, wait. Why did they... Whatever they hit, did they do this in the wrong order? Did they mean to put Jwari Disruption in hand and then exile the untap land? I don't think I'm willing to play the Lupine Harbingers. I think that there's too much of a chance that they have Jwari Disruption. Or possibly like an Embraid or something here. But I'm just going to play the Old Growth Troll, and not the Lupine Harbinger into a potential Jwari Disruption. We can Lupine Harbinger on a future turn where our opponent does not have as much to do with their mana. Or their mana is more taxed, I suppose is what I actually mean to say. Alright, well, the 2 Old Growth Trolls in play. Things are not terrible. Those are not super easy for Zit to deal with. They can Fading Hope them all day, that's for sure. What you got, opponent? What you got? They got discard to hand size. Well, I could play Unnatural Growth. I sort of feel like the best option might be fire up Faceless Haven, attack with everything, play Sculptor of Winter post-combat. The Unnatural Growth and the Lupine Harbinger feel kind of win more. Like, I feel like most of the time where those win on the spot, I'm going to win the game anyway. I guess Lupine Harbinger probably plays best around Divide by Zero. Faceless Haven does 7 damage, puts our opponent to 5, so they go up to 7 again. Post-combat, I'm playing the Sculptor of Winter. I guess Faceless Haven works. The concern is if they have, like, double Fading Hope here, but I don't think they could have... Well, they could have Galvanic Iteration Fading Hope, actually. And then that's a pretty significant problem. Did any of my lines line up better against that? Not really. If all they had is one Braid, then I think I'm happy here. If they also have a Fading Hope, that wouldn't make sense. They wouldn't discard Galvanic Iteration if they had a Fading Hope. Okay, well, that's good then. Opponent goes to 4. You have 2 lethal threats in play, plus a Lupine Harbinger. We have a Blizzard Brawl to potentially remove a Lair. They've not used a Fading Hope, but if they do have Lair into Fading Hope, we still have lethal. If they have Galvanic Iteration into Fading Hope, I guess if they have Galvanic Iteration in hand, they get into Environmental Sciences, go to 6, and double Fading Hope, bounce my 2 trolls, stay alive. That would be bad. Snakeskin Veil is interesting. Does that change the Lupine Harbinger plan? Yes, because Snakeskin Veil plays around Jwari Disruption, which Lupine Harbinger turns into an actual removal spell. Alright, please try to divide by 0, opponent, so that I can stay alive. Thank you. And by stay alive, I mean win the game, which is basically the same thing when you're playing an aggro deck. Alright, we get to go to games 2 and 3. Well, hopefully not 3, because I got like 6 minutes before the round's over. Alright, 2 Snakeskin Veils, out 2 Blizzard Brawls, out 2 Unnatural Growths, in Tangled Florahedron, in Inscription of Abundance, out 2 Blizzard Brawls, into Inscription of Abundance. I like Inscription of Abundance actually being slightly useful against red removal. That's fun. Come on, opponent. We're on the clock. Not you, but me. I got so many matches of Magic I gotta play today. We have 1 match remaining in round 3. Which is it control versus is it control? Alright, that's at least... I mean, I guess I'm 1 and 2. I can drop if needs be. Certainly a hand that makes me happy to have Sided in Tangled Florahedron. Extremely bad against bounce spells, extremely good against removal spells, other than the fact that my hand doesn't do anything if they just kill Sculptor of Winter. And also Inscription of Abundance is kind of useless. So basically, that's a fancy way of saying this isn't a good hand. We'll keep it in draw on Snakeskin Veils and lands. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We draw a 3-drop, which is pretty bad. Opponent passes with 2 mana up, which is pretty bad. Does not draw a Disruption Sculptor of Winter. That's nice. Bounces Sculptor of Winter. Could be worse. Gives us a play next turn if we miss on the land drop. Opponent Expressive Iterations. Okay, sure. Normally I don't love Expressive Iteration against mono green. It's one of the better matchups for it, but still, what is it? But it's extremely good when green is missing land drops, because the weakness of Expressive Iteration is that you have a much harder time interacting on curve. And if your deck loses to tempo, then that exasperates the problem. But I need to have a hand that is capable of tempo for that to work. Opponent will not be casting Burn Down the House. Let's draw an untapped green land and play Old Growth Troll. No. Snakeskin Veil is the next best card in our deck to a land. It's a lot worse than a land, but it's the next best card. Opponent divides Sculptor of Winter. Non-ideal. Discards Galvanic Iteration, misses a land drop. Okay. Well, then I'm discarding a card, and that's going to probably be Lupine Harbinger. Weirdly enough, I can foresee myself getting more use out of Inscription of Abundance than a 4-drop with this particular hand. More removal spells for Sculptor of Winter. Hopefully that means the opponent's still missing a land drop. They must not be missing a land drop, because otherwise they would have looted rather than play Environmental Sciences. And unfortunately we are once again playing Sculptor of Winter and discarding, I believe in this case, a Grizzled Huntmaster. I think I like Old Growth Troll more against Is It. So they get to Environmental Sciences here, gain some life. I'm getting kind of dangerously close to the Lair point. If I either have my Sculptor of Winter survive or draw an untapped land, then I can Werewolf Pack Lair plus Snakeskin Veil. Ooh, Smoldering Egg. Okay. Okay, that's... Inscription of Abundance is a real card against that. You know what? I'll take a tap land. I would prefer an untapped land so I could hold up Snakeskin Veil here, but what you gonna do? Alrighty, one snow-covered forest, it turns out, is all you need to make Sculptor of Winter do things. Galvanic Iteration into bounce spells. Oh, into Windfall. Okay. Lots of mana for our opponent and a flipped dragon. And I don't have enough mana to Snakeskin Veil to save my Old Growth Troll. But I guess if they kill the Old Growth Troll, it goes onto the forest with a Sculptor of Winter in play. So it's a bounce spell on the Old Growth Troll and then killing Winter that is truly brutal. Most things other than a bounce spell here I could survive.
Round timer ended.
Please don't have options, opponent. Oh. The level of ease my life would have if I had Snakeskin Veil up here. And other associated bemoanings that fill the void while I wait to see what my opponent does.
Announcement received.
Alright, unexpected windfall. Does not outright kill Old Growth Troll just yet. Alright, there's a chance. Not a good chance, because the opponent still has 1 billion mana. How do I play around Fading Hope here? I could just fight with Old Growth Troll. That feels miserable and like the worst kind of anti-tempo, but maybe is necessary. I could Snakeskin Veil first. I just lose to Fading Hope straight up. I mean, I could still Inscription of Abundance to fight, but I get 3 for 2'd. Not exciting. I could try to just Inscription of Abundance fight. If they have Fading Hope, I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. It feels miserable if this resolves, but I get to blow out Fading Hope so incredibly hard that I think it's worth doing this. Please try to Fading Hope me, opponent. And if the inscription just resolves, then I put Old Growth Troll in the Snow-Covered Forest and play the other Old Growth Troll. It's not the end of the world, it's just not good. Oh, they put the Ashmouth Dragon on my face? Okay. Am I supposed to Snakeskin Veil to save this here? Yeah, I think I have to. Alright, they don't have the Fading Hope. I win the fight.
Announcement received.
Okay, that didn't end terribly. I'm still behind, but I got some slight small pulling ahead. Discover the Formula is pretty awful for me. That's really bad. Opponent's still at 18. Super not good. Yeah, okay, Brittle Blast's good against Old Growth Troll. Well, Snakeskin Veil's a good card, though. Alright, alright. Play Lupine Harbinger, clock the opponent as much as possible where they're tapped out, don't have Snakeskin Veil. Yeah, probably still supposed to do that. Means if they do use a bounce spell on Lupine Harbinger, then I have the out to draw a untap land to play Lupine Harbinger again plus Snakeskin Veil. I could double Pack Leader, but that's worse against board wipes, and they've demonstrated they've at least brought 1 board wipe in. Field of Ruin, not scary yet. Removal spell for Lupine Harbinger. Yep, burn down the house. Okay. No untap land, so I'm not okay playing double Pack Leader. They've used up 2 burn down the houses. Shroud Disruption, I will pay for that. Second Shroud Disruption? Okay. I think I'm supposed to play Kazandu Mammoth as a land here. I'm leaning pretty entirely on these double Werewolf Pack Leaders. Key to the Archives. Huh. Does that trigger egg? No. Okay. Yeah, I still don't think I agree with that in Is It, but okay. So many cards for the opponent. Grizzled Huntmaster. Huh. I could turn Werewolf Pack Leader one Werewolf pack leader into a Toski? That might be viable. It seems like a bad way to try to win a game against, is it? Okay. Never mind, I don't have to decide that. Well, pretty much completely dead against Lair at this point. By a big margin.
New pairing received.
We have been paired in the Stream League, which means I kind of have to win this, or else I'm probably just going to concede. Not terribly exciting. Not terribly exciting.
Announcement received.
Let's see what the opponent does. I'm not going to win this anytime soon, though, so that probably means I'm conceding. Which will mean I won't have much to do if we lose this match. But still probably what I should do, huh? Yeah, okay. So we're going to concede on that.
Round timer started.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Announcement received.
Alright, that's an extremely bad draw. Almost entirely, completely useless, actually. Which means we're going to go into game 3. Check in. Concede. Click here to drop. Drop out of that. And pass. Yup, discover the formula, lets the opponent find removal spells for pack leader. I'm kind of like quadruple queuing stuff right now with trying to be in contact with the admins to tell them I'm dropping and also playing 2 events and streaming. So if I'm not talking a ton, whoops. Opponent not playing Burn Down the House is exactly what I didn't want to have happen. Oh, cool. All those lands we needed earlier. Alright. Alright. Where does that put us? Not in a great spot. I always forget this turns into a 5/5. Okay, that's the game. I cannot beat a Hullbreaker Horror, let alone a 7-mana Hullbreaker Horror. And what changes? No changes. Alright, let's curve out for real this time. That will make life easier. We get to be on the play, though. That's probably helpful. I assume, anyway. I've been told that before. Playing the second open now? Yes. We're playing day 2. Playing mono green, because I was double queuing tournaments and needed to play a fast deck. So, I'm not, like, wicked enthusiastic about my chances against a bunch of Esper or Control X, but... well, this hand's garbage, so we're shipping it. This hand is okay. Alright. It's not bad. Am I shipping Kazandu Mammoth here? Is that what I'm doing? I'm really not excited about this, but yes, I think that is probably what we are shipping. Well, Lupine Harbingers is a decent draw. Opponent's got a removal spell for Sculptor of Winter. If they Fading Hope Sculptor of Winter, I think I hope that my draw is an untapped land, so I can just play Grizzled Huntmaster, exiling Sculptor. What would I get? Toski? No, Toski's bad against a bunch of bounce spells, I'm pretty sure. Opponent's deck kind of goes over the top of that too fast. No, I think we just actually play Sculptor of Winter again and set up Lupine Harbinger plus Snakeskin Veil next turn. Ooh, opponent missing land drops is a good sign. I will take it. I am not willing to tap out of Snakeskin Veil. Maybe I should be, but I'm not. Let's play this slowly and carefully. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to just tap Sculptor of Winter and untap a land, like, on my turn. I don't think so. I could do it before I play Lupine Harbinger, maybe? Maybe that's good? I don't know. Let's see. I don't think I want to jam Inscription of Abundance here. So I think I just want to attack with everything and play Huntmaster with Snakeskin Veil up. Yeah, because if they try to Brittle Blast my Lupine Harbinger, I can actually fizzle that with Inscription of Abundance. I think that's probably pretty good. But we're just going to play to the board, because our opponent can't burn down the house yet. Brittle Blast the Lupine Harbinger, sure. Do I just win here? Well, I mean, I could have Inscription of Abundance to do 4 damage with haste. But instead, we're going to Lupine Harbingers to deal 4 damage with haste. If my opponent had blue mana up and was representing Unsummon into Burn Down the House, then the Lupine Harbinger line would be worse than... I guess it'd be equally as bad as Inscription of Abundance times 2, wouldn't it? Not a stellar hand, but okay. We'll keep it and we'll draw lands. It'll be fine. No problems. No problems. Black-red. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, opponent, how does your removal look with black-red? Color combination that is famous for having the best removal of all the color combinations. Fangling Brushstroke is not removal. We will take it. Alright. Well, we have a billion 4-drops, so I really need them to not kill the Sculptor of Winter. But we have a lot of tramplers, which is nice against Blood Artist. I doubt they play that much exile-based removal, since that doesn't really synergize with Brushstroke, which means if they kill this Old Growth Troll, I should have a bunch of mana. Any reason I'm playing mono green in Alchemy? Because I was double queuing tournaments, and I was playing a control deck in one of them, and that was one that had fixed rounds. Fixed round times in pairing, that is. And the Arena Open gives you like 8 hours to finish 8 matches. So it was going to be basically impossible to play a control deck in the Open like I should. And even though I think red-green is a better aggro deck in terms of being positioned against Esper, I didn't have a red-green list. So in order to facilitate double queuing, I was kind of locked into mono-green. So we're trying to do the best with that content that we can manage. Alright. Snakeskin Veil is not as good as a land, but it is at least kind of interesting. I mean, if we just continue playing 4-drops that have 4/4 haste and trample, that seems decent against the opponent. I guess they're just gonna wind up playing Meathook Massacre and then we die, huh? Well, even that's not terrible. Then we just continue playing Lupine Harbingers. I don't know. Maybe we live through that? Maybe. They get like infinity blood tokens if they Meathook Massacre, though. And then they've only got 1 brush stroke, so it's not super easy for them to drain us out. Oh, they also get Blood Artist triggers, so we... Never mind. Yeah, we just, like, instantly lose to Meathook Massacre. Oh, deck. I really need you to hit an untapped land so that I can hold up this Snakeskin Veil to live through a Meathook Massacre. Opponent gets to loot 3 deep here after making chump blocks. Still, don't really see a way around it. I'm locked into playing 4-drops with haste. And trample. Trying to put the opponent on a 2-turn clock is the out. Pack Leader plus Hold Up Veil sounds interesting, but I don't think that there is a way that I win this game at this point other than dodging Meathook Massacre. So I think I'm just supposed to play into Massacre. I just would prefer to have drawn an untapped land and held up Snakeskin Veil because it made me better against Meathook Massacre. Double blocking here is a huge mistake. So I can choose to deal all the damage to Epicure and not give them the death trigger on Shambling Ghast, which denies them a treasure. They need land plus Meathook if the Shambling Ghast doesn't die and they get a treasure. So I could do 8 damage to my opponent here, or 10, if I want to trample over Shambling Ghast. I think I don't want to trample over Shambling Ghast. So if they wanted to make this block, what they should have done is blocked 1 separately on each creature, and then I didn't have the option to do this. Oop. No Shambling Ghast. Death. Only 1 Blood Artist trigger. So they drain me for 3. Put me to 8. Oh, also if I killed the Shambling Ghast, they got to animate 2 blood tokens, and that like would have been probably lethal. So another good reason not to do that. If they have a way to sack the Shambling Ghast here, I'm still just dead. They Fire up the hive. I don't know. I don't know. Dead on board? Are we? 5, 8. Now we're dead on board. Yeah, I don't think we were dead on board before this. But the opponent drew into the sack outlet. Alas, we tried. I mean, they had a lot of opportunities to draw into the sack outlet with the blood tokens, so it's not, like, wicked surprising. But it was the best we could manage. How do we play against brushstroke decks? Curve out better? That might be a good start. Is Blizzard Brawl good against them? I actually don't know the answer to that. I have, like, no clue what any of my cards are supposed to do against them. Do I board into Snakeskin Veil? We saw 0 removal. Usually they just grind out creature decks and board wipe them. I suppose Snakeskin Veil sort of, tiny bits, plays around board wipe, kind of? Not a lot. Am I going to change nothing? Or I really don't know how to feel about Blizzard Brawl. They don't have that many creatures that are worth killing with it. Maybe I'm supposed to play Snakeskin Veils instead and hope to draw lands? Yeah, I think that's the case. Take the play. Alright, this is a fine hand. Do not mind this hand at all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play Lair of the Hydra next turn no matter what anyway, so might as well play it on turn 1. Is enchantment removal not good here? We don't really have enchantment removal we're super excited to board in. And I also don't know that it's fast enough. So we can bring in Masked Vandal, but having it in the board is sort of useful too, since we have Grizzled Huntmaster. Bloody Tide Harvester. Sure. So I could Blizzard Brawl the Blood Tithe Harvester and play the Old Growth Troll. Is that what I want to do? That's probably what I want to do. I think that's about as much as I can expect out of Blizzard Brawl. Or I could hold up Snakeskin Veil instead and not care about the Blood Tithe Harvester. Maybe that's better. It's worse if they wind up playing Brushstroke next turn, but does mean that they can't remove Old Growth Troll. I'm probably supposed to play around removal on Old Growth Troll. I think giving them one potential Blood Artist trigger is worth that. Maybe there's a world in which I Blizzard Brawl the Blood Artist anyway. Maybe that's correct? Was I supposed to untap the land with Sculptor of Winter before passing like I did? I think so. There's the possibility the opponent could play like 1 mana removal spell on Sculptor, and then Burning Hands the Old Growth Troll in response to the untap on Sculptor, and then I don't have the opportunity to save anything with Snakeskin Veil. Not playing Esper, I thought you would after checking your video from Reddit. So I was double queued for tournaments today. I would have played Grixis because I think it has a good matchup against Esper, because Unexpected Windfall is just a stellar card. Alright, well, I think I get to blow them out pretty hard here. But because I was double queuing tournaments, I needed something that would be faster. Because there is a very, very limited time frame to play day 2 in. Alright, well, they don't have enough mana to Meat Hook and wipe Mammoth, so we're playing Mammoth. Well, I think this position's decent. Downraiser Tyrant. No! Shuts off Lair of the Hydra. Wait, what? Okay, yeah. Sacrifice it. I have to be cautious. My life total does matter here. I think I sack Lair of the Hydra. The only 5-drop I could potentially draw here still gets cast off Sculptor of Winter anyway. Alright, I get to attack with everything here because they have to block basically Ulvenwald Oddity. Old Growth Troll still survives a board wipe, so I think we get this game. We get to go to game 3. Oh, Nighthawk Scavenger is brutal. Really? Okay. So if I block Sculptor of Winter, if I attack with Sculptor of Winter, they block it, they go up to 7. They block Kazandu Mammoth, go to 2. So I can't attack with Sculptor of Winter. I do want to play the land. Wow, Nighthawk Scavenger is brutal. It's not GG. Nighthawk Scavenger has lifelink. How are we doing this? Is there any reason? No. I think I'm just attacking with both. I don't see a way that attacking with only Old Growth Troll is beneficial. You sure, opponent? You want to leave the Old Growth Troll on board? I don't know. I think they're priced into blocking the Old Growth Troll. Yeah, because Kazandu Mammoth is way more chump blockable in the future. I guess they could, like, hit exile-based removal for the Old Growth Troll is the idea here? Maybe that works? Maybe that works. I guess it's better if they draw another Nighthawk Scavenger. To not have 2 threats on board. Yeah, okay, maybe that gives them more outs. But non-exile-based removal gets a lot worse. Not like infinity worse or anything, but a little bit worse. Howdy, Luna Knight. Just a moment. Okay, hopefully that doesn't end up picking up on the microphone too much, because we got some construction that's going to be going on. Hopefully it'll be the nice rhythmic kind of construction, and not the loud, obnoxious kind of construction. Alright, Shambling Ghast, sure. So opponent can go to 5. Block, take 4. Alright, they're not technically dead on board yet. What? I don't think you can attack with... They must have something else planned? Alright, Old Growth Troll is okay. What would they have planned here that they would let me draw a card? Why would you let me draw a card, opponent? What? Okay. I mean, that kind of just dies to Snakeskin Veil, but okay. Well, I have enough mana to put 2 Old Growth Trolls in play, so hopefully just continuing to pressure the opponent's life total is something they can't handle. There's no point in sacking a blood token here, because you have the treasure next turn either way. Do I have an NVIDIA broadcast? As in, like, do I have an NVIDIA card? I might. I don't remember. I don't know too much about the computer, honestly. I built it, like 3 years ago, and I have forgotten all of the details since. Okay, opponent sacking blood is an auspicious start. I missed the part of this game where I was like confident I was going to win a couple of turns ago. Nighthawk Scavenger. That changes the level to which I care about Blizzard Brawls. I think I didn't cut all of them, but I'm definitely keeping all 4 now. NVIDIA Broadcast is a software made for NVIDIA. Ah. Okay, I do recall hearing about that. Maybe I'll look into it. That might be a card I have. And I wouldn't mind getting rid of more fan noise. Okay, Voldaren Bloodcaster. Well, opponent, did you draw a removal spell for Old Growth Troll? Yes, you did. Okay. Alright, puts me to 10. It's fine, we'll just draw a 4/4 with haste. Alright, Ranger class isn't bad. So will Voldaren Bloodcaster trigger on tokens too? Non-tokens. Okay. Well, the good news is that I'm playing around Meathook Massacre now because of that Ranger class, so that's cool. You got one top deck opponent. What does it do? If they attack with Den of the Bugbear, I think I block the token and not the Den because I don't want to give them 2 blood tokens. Opponent can animate Den of the Bugbear to block, have 4 toughness, which is exactly not enough. Oh, please have drawn a bad card, opponent. Is Shambling Ghast a bad card? Just barely not good enough, I believe. If I put the counter on the 6/6, the animate Den, triple block, not good enough. Not good enough, opponent. I say I don't think... I think just barely we're scraping this one by. I mean, honestly, I got 1 more damage than I need. Okay. More Blizzard Brawls. Opponent's playing Power Word Kill and Brittle Blast, which means that I'm definitely playing all 4 Snakeskin Veils. And the 2-drop actually as well. What do we cut? What do we cut if I also want to max out on Snakeskin Veils? Is the answer Unnatural Growth? I'd feel real bad if the answer is Unnatural Growth, but the answer is probably Unnatural Growth. Yuckity, 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 yuck, yuck. The answer is probably Unnatural Growth. 1 unnatural in 1 land? Oh, no. I'm not brave enough to cut lands. Definitely not brave enough for that. Two-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. Oh, I might not be able to play Old Growth Troll on 3. That's a lot of draws towards lands, though. We're gonna have to try it. Alright, Snakeskin Veil isn't anything, but it might be something eventually. Bloodcaster, not the scariest 2-drop. Okay, land gives us Old Growth Troll on turn 3. That's a start. Likely winds up getting Brittle Blasted. But whatever will be, will be. Blizzard Brawl. Is there a world in which I don't play Old Growth Troll until next turn? And I play Grizzled Huntmaster this turn instead? How much do I want to try to play around Brittle Blast? I don't think I'm going to try to play around Brittle Blast. I do not think so. This plays much better around Power Word Kill, at the very least. The good news is if they Brittle Blast me, then at least my Wolf token doesn't trigger Blood Artist. That's a cool benefit for a card that I don't quite understand if it synergizes with their deck. That's a land drop. Bloodcaster attack. They don't want to trade off with my 2/2, really? Okay. Blood Tithe Harvester, huh? I don't think I want a Blizzard Brawl. Is there a world in which I upgrade Ranger class and put a counter on Old Growth Troll? I don't think so. They're going to have enough blood tokens because of the Bloodcaster. Do I Blizzard Brawl something? I don't think I do that this turn. I think I'm shipping with the squad. And I think I'm playing Grizzled Huntmaster, getting rid of Sculptor of Winter. And picking up another 4-drop, is that the plan? I wonder if there's a world in which, if they use a removal spell here and I have to fizzle it with Snakeskin Veil, do I then just Blizzard Brawl the Blood Tithe Harvester? Oh no, the opponent just wants to trade with Blood Tithe Harvester? Okay. Yeah, I accept that. More blood tokens for the opponent. Not terribly completely ideal for me, but we shall accept. I do think I get rid of Sculptor of Winters here. What do I get, though? Is it just Ulvenwald Oddity? That's not going to be relevant anytime soon, but I don't have a good 3-drop to get either. Opponent doesn't have zombies for me to fight. I've already played a land for the turn, so I can't play Toski, right? Or I can't play Tangled Florahedron as a land. Yeah. I think that makes it just Oddity. Okay. I might have to Blizzard Brawl the Voldaren Bloodcaster to stop them from getting more blood tokens. That's miserable. Oh, opponent, so many cards. That's extremely rude. How come my opponent's life total keeps progressing in the opposite direction? Well, ideally we hit an untapped land here. If I don't, things get pretty awkward. Please attack with... No, don't attack. That's what I meant. I meant don't attack opponent. Okay. City Stalker Connoisseur. Okay, well, I'm very happy I got a 4-drop then. Thing's got Death Touch. Ah, gosh, do I have to Blizzard Brawl that? How come all of my opponent's cards do things that are good? Mostly because the brushstroke decks are just very good against creature decks, huh? How likely am I to just be dead because of the Den of the Bugbear? Pretty much just dead, right? Opponent has, like, infinity... Yay. Damage, especially if they manage to trigger Blood Artists... Bloodcaster, rather, somehow. I think we're playing this Mammoth as a land. And holding up Snakeskin Veil. And I have to question if I'm holding back with Huntmaster. I don't see how I win if I don't win this turn. So maybe I just have to hope my opponent can't find lethal? They have some kind of priority here? What do they have priority for on 1 mana at instant speed? Four damage. 2 damage puts me to 3. 1 treasure puts me to 2. So if they block with Blood Artist and I don't have a blocker, I die? Oh, blood token, yeah, for priority. That makes sense. Four, 6, 7, 8. I don't think there's any way I'm ever winning this no matter what. I don't even know what combination of cards get me out of this. Yeah. That means I probably die. Blood Artist block was what had me concerned. Dead to Voldaren Epicure, probably. Dead to Untap land, maybe. Oh yeah, just straight up dead to untap land, huh? Okay, well, no animate Den of the Bugbear is a good sign. I am dead to Sanguine Brushstroke. Dead to basically everything. There's a very unlikely combination of cards that don't kill me. Yeah, this also kills me. How do we do this? Top deck Inscription of Abundance that I don't think I brought in. Wait, oh, I'm super supposed to bring an Inscription of Abundance. It's got life gain on it. Oh, I don't know how that card works. Hope I brought one in and forgot about it? No, Snakeskin Veil, huh? So. Opponent blocks with Nighthawk Scavenger, gains blood, triggers Voldaren Bloodcaster, kills me. In a world where I don't attack, they just kill me because they have flyers. Yeah, I was super supposed to bring an Inscription of Abundance. I played this pretty badly. I forgot how that was relevant. I'm not seeing it. So we're gonna need the opponent to misplay. Pretty please. And double block with both. I mean, even if they do, I still die, because they have, like, Infinity Blood tokens. Yeah. Alright, well, they only have me dead by... Whoa. That's neat. The blood token messes up if the Bloodbat Summoner transforms before the trigger goes off. Because it doesn't have an associated card token. That's kind of neat. Kind of neat. Alright, well, that puts us out at 1 and 2. The Esper matchup, Gruul would have been better against, but this matchup, not quite the case.